This one is Stikyon. He's the big brother. He stands out alone. And down the river are the 7 sisters, and he's standing here to protect them. I really think it is a strong spiritual influence on us. It's part of our lives.
To me, literacy means the transferring of knowledge, the transferring of a culture. When we're younger, my mother, my grandmother, they talked to us about the territories, the boundaries of those territories, the animals, when you hunt, when you don't hunt, when you pick berries, when you don't pick berries. And to me, that was what literacy was, because that's how we would live our life. Those are the rules that we would live our life by.
Growing up here, it was always a fact that people who got the good jobs came from away. And so we had teachers that came from away, and doctors who came from away, and nurses who came from away. And it was always a name in our whole lifetime, and probably in the whole community, that we need to train our own people to be working with our own people. When the First Nations teachers came back, the whole community welcomed that with open arms. We have some terrible problems here in this area, but we haven't abandoned the people who have those problems. The whole community works together to reach out, to make things better.
This is what's happening to some of our kids. They don't feel like they belong. Where do those kids go? What do they do? Who do they belong to? Where do they roam aimlessly? And what my grandmother would say is their otsen would leave them, which means their spirit dies. Storytellers Foundation, it provides the opportunity for people who maybe their spirit has left them because they've been lost. Literacy is the road. Storytellers it's an organization that is made up of everyday people that live in this community, that are attached spiritually, emotionally to the activities that happen in this community. We share stories, we share knowledge of all ages.
We at Storytellers see literacy as both the development of human capital, so skills, knowledge and confidence of an individual to take their place in society, to contribute and benefit from being a citizen. We also see it as the development of social capital, where me as part of a bigger group have that social trust, have a sense of belonging, so that I see that I am community, I shape community, and I'm influenced by community. So to us, literacy is essential.
I had become really concerned about the number of young people that I had seen in the clinic who are suffering from depression and having major challenges without opportunities for jobs and so on in the community. So I thought I'd like to try to become involved.
We call the Learning Shop an informal education storefront. It's central in town to remind people that learning is at the core of everything we are as human beings, and it allows us to be and to do and to become.
Literacy is expressed as learning to read and write, and here it is, and this is what we have to offer you. In fact, I think what we've been trying to do is to say, what do you have to offer us? What are your interests?
We talk a lot about literacy being a joined-up issue, so we have to have joined-up solutions. Food is a connector in this community. It's a place where people link socially and economically and socially and culturally. And so the garden was meant to be a place for learning to happen in a natural setting. We're all teachers and we're all learners, and finding ways to support learning to happen in all walks of life and in the natural settings of life, for me, is one of the critical pieces of supporting literacy to flourish. And I think that we do ourselves a disservice when we think that only means the classroom. I think one of the biggest things we try to do at the Learning Shop is we try to give spaces for young people to be decision makers. So we animate that in a lot of different ways, whether it's through art or drama or service learning projects.
Well, I think the Learning Shop has brought into the village of Hazelton and into the whole Hazelton area a new kind of education that really reaches out to the kids that have fallen through the cracks in the more formal education. Because of the Learning Shop and because of what we've done here, every band council is saying what we need in our community is education, and education will be the key that improves health and lifts people's spirits and changes their lifestyles.
If you think about it in sort of the lifetime of a person or of a community, it's starting young, and it's the love, it's the nurturing, it's the feeling sense of belonging, it's feeling I can do, it's feeling I have expectations. And to me, those are all those elements that build me, and I'm ready to learn. And I think that the readiness to learn, so that when I walk out my door in the morning, and I like that, I like the visual of sort of Velcro girl or Velcro boy, that it's just like ping and it sticks to me, and so I'll ride a bike because I'm confident to try new things and I'm not fearful. Get the Velcro on people and your community will thrive however you need it to thrive, and it will be resilient.
Education happens everywhere and in many places. Literacy involves many different things. I think I've described literacy as a set of keys. There are many keys on that key ring. It's really important to be open-minded about what the possibilities are for breaking down school walls, for inviting community groups in, for being open to what other resources in the community can teach our children. Everybody is a teacher, everybody is a learner. So as professional teachers, we're not the only game in town.
I think what community leaders across the province could learn from us is to learn from themselves. And I think a strategy is start just wandering the streets and looking at where are people hanging out, where are people engaging, what is natural ways of learning and developing that goes on in their community. I think it's community leaders is to be articulating visions for their future and asking everybody in the community. So finding out, whether that's in church basements or it's at skate bike parks or it's just where people are gathering, what people's vision is, and create that collective vision, and then start identifying what are the skills and the knowledge and the competencies, what are the literacies that we need in order to realize those visions that we have.
Forget about power, but remember about the people and the needs of your community, because they're out there all the time. That's what you need to do. You need to build your base and make a strong, literate community, and then you have a strong community that can go on from there.
Literacy creates power, and that if we're able to foster literacy in everybody, then we have a power of equality rather than inequality. So I would hope people would just walk away going, I can influence and I do influence, and I want to, and be intentional about it.